Straight ahead on News 10 NBC, a young man falls to his death in Wyoming County while hiking with a friend. Plus, the Irondequoit community comes together for a young girl battling leukemia for a second time.
Yeah, another beautiful day here in Western New York. 70s and 80s. We have more summertime heat, though, coming up for your Monday. We'll take a complete look at the forecast here. News 10 NBC at 6 is next.
This is WHEC TV, proudly serving Rochester. News 10 NBC starts right now.
An evening hike in Wyoming County goes horribly wrong when police say a man slipped and fell hundreds of feet to his death. Tonight, we're learning more details about this awful accident. Tragedy strikes in Wyoming County. Police tell us a man was hiking with a friend when he lost his footing and fell 300 feet and died. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Mobilia. It happened around 6 o'clock last night on Falls Road in the town of Sheldon. We're told 25-year-old Stephen Wagner was trying to find a place to rappel when this tragic accident happened. Rachel Spots is in Sheldon learning the latest on this investigation and joins us now with more.
The hiking accident happened in this area just over my shoulder, as you can see, where the water kind of comes to an end. That's the top of one of a number of cliffs in this area where 25-year-old Stephen Wagner slipped and fell to his death. Troopers say Wagner was hiking with a friend here on Falls Road in the town of Sheldon. We're told they were trying to find a place to go rappelling off the cliff. Again, a number of cliffs in this area where they could have been trying to do that. That's when Wagner lost his footing and fell about 300 feet down the ravine into the water below. Police say the investigation into the man's death is ongoing, but they say it does appear to be an accident. In addition to state police, the Sheldon Fire Department and the Wyoming County Sheriff's Office also responded to the fall. We're hoping to speak with them about what happened, and we'll have the latest for you tonight at 11. Back to you.
Rachel Spots in Sheldon with our report tonight. Thank you, Rachel. New at 6, the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force makes an arrest at the Hudson Avenue Walmart. A spokeswoman for the FBI tells us Mufid Elfgi was arrested around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon in the parking lot of the Hudson Avenue Walmart. The charges against Elfgi are sealed, but officials say the arrest is related to guns. The specific charges will be unsealed tomorrow at 11:30 when Elfgi appears in federal court. Tonight, Senator Chuck Schumer is proposing a new database to keep children safe from adults who have criminal backgrounds. The proposed federal database would allow youth organizations to check the criminal backgrounds of adults who want to volunteer or work with children. Schumer says under the current law, most children's organizations only have access to the state database. He proposes establishing a national system with access to FBI fingerprint checks and crime information from other states. New tonight, Bills Hall of Fame quarterback Jim Kelly is bald. Last night, Jill Kelly posted an Instagram video of Kelly getting his head shaved. Take a look. It's all to support kids. The Kids for Kelly Foundation raises money for children's charities across Western New York. This year's charity gala is getting underway in downtown Buffalo. Justin Granite is there right now. He'll have a full report on this event tonight on News 10 NBC at 11. And it's a huge day for all of us here at News 10 NBC. We're carrying the Golisano Children's Hospital Telethon live from 6:30 till 11 o'clock tonight. You have a chance to pitch in and help kids in the medical miracles happening at the hospital. So far, more than $1.2 million has been raised. Be sure to tune in and pick up the telephone. People will be standing by to take your call. The number is 585-241-KIDS. Again, that's 241-5437. Time for a quick look at the News 10 NBC forecast. Your hometown weather expert Josh Kozlowski is in for Josh Nichols tonight. Josh, certainly doesn't get any better than this. What a perfect start to June.
Yeah, I love that word perfect. It's a great adjective yesterday and today. Absolutely. We had low humidity around today as well. Okay, quick look at our weather headlines here. Basically what's going on for the next 24 to 48 hours and beyond. Well, tomorrow, yeah, the heat is on. It's like that song from the 80s. We're talking about temperatures tomorrow, 80s near 90 in some spots. More clouds and cooler midweek. Next weekend, though, Jen, looks warm and sunny. Once again, we could go 3 in a row. Okay, live Doppler 10's nice and quiet this evening. No worries there. Tomorrow, though, we'll be tracking some showers, maybe a couple storms in the area. More on that coming up later on the show. Your evening cast looks like this. 77 at 7, 73 at 9, and about 66 degrees at 11 p.m. We'll take a full look at your 7-day forecast, let you know what's going on for the whole week ahead, coming up later on the show. Jen?
All right, thank you, Josh. Now to a developing story out of Massachusetts. 7 people are dead after a private jet crashed while taking off from an airport just northwest of Boston. The Gulfstream jet was taking off from Hanscom Field around 9:40 last night when something went terribly wrong. The plane erupted into flames. Nearby residents say the blast shook their homes. The small jet was headed to Atlantic City. There were no survivors. Among the dead is Lewis Katz, the co-owner of the Philadelphia Inquirer. The NTSB is now investigating. Right now, Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel is in Afghanistan to celebrate the long-awaited release of American Sergeant Bo Bergdahl from Taliban custody. Bergdahl was released in exchange for 5 Guantanamo Bay detainees. Hagel insists the U.S. did not deal with terrorists in arranging this swap, but critics are worried it's only a matter of time before those Taliban loyalists are back in the fight. Brian Moore reports from Washington.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl's parents will have to wait a few more days for their long-awaited reunion.
5 years is a seemingly endless long time, but you've made it.
While his family celebrates, the only POW of the Afghanistan war is decompressing at a military hospital in Germany. The Obama administration is facing tough questions for the price of his liberation. 5 Taliban leaders detained at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, have been released to serve house arrest in the Gulf state of Qatar.
It is disturbing that these individuals would have the ability to re-enter the fight, and they are big, high-level people.
In Afghanistan, Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel defended the decision not to notify Congress as required by law.
There was a question about his safety. We found an opportunity. We took that opportunity.
Critics say the United States broke its policy of never negotiating with terrorists.
Across northern Africa, the #1 way that al-Qaeda raises money is by ransom, kidnapping and ransom. We have now set a price.
A Washington debate that likely means little to the family of Bo Bergdahl.
Freedom is yours. I will see you soon, my beloved son. I love you, Bo.
Brian Moore, NBC News, Washington.
Thank you, Brian. And of course, we'll continue to follow this developing story and bring you any updates as we get them. Still ahead, supporting women in America will take you to an event in Seneca Falls. Plus, hundreds come out to support a young girl battling cancer for the 2nd time. That's next on News 10 NBC.
This past year
they help save children's lives and create miracles every single day. We're less than 20 minutes away from the next round of the Golisano Children's Hospital Telethon. We're carrying the telethon live from 6:30 till 11 o'clock tonight, right here on News 10 NBC. So be sure to tune in and donate. Well, you may recall a few weeks ago, we told you about a little girl battling leukemia for a 2nd time. We showed you little Avery and her friend getting their hair cut together because Avery was afraid of losing her hair. Today, a fundraiser was held for Avery and her family to help cover the mounting medical bills. Hundreds of people gathered at the Titus Tavern in Irondequoit today to support little Avery Sinisu. The 7-year-old was diagnosed with leukemia in 2011. Doctors thought she beat the disease, but 2 months ago, she relapsed.
It was devastating. Never thought that this would return. We thought that she was doing well and that she was on her way to being a healthy 7-year-old little girl, and it was just unbelievable to hear that it was back.
Avery's cancer may be back, but the community wants Avery and her family to know they're not alone. More than 185 baskets were raffled off at the fundraiser. There was also live music, food, a magician, balloon animals, and bagpipers.
It's been very difficult. It's a very difficult, long road, and we have been, just having a hard time, but this support that we're getting from the community has been so helpful and so overwhelming that it helps us get through the hard times.
Avery will finish chemotherapy in August, then undergo a bone marrow transplant to hopefully rid her body of the leukemia cells. The event organizer says she hopes to raise enough money to help cover the family's travel expenses.
They're most likely either going to have to travel to Philadelphia, possibly Florida, for the bone marrow transplant. Neither parent is able to work right now. They're both teachers. One's always at the hospital, and one is always with Addie, which is the younger daughter.
Now, if you'd like to help Avery and her family, we've put a link on our website, WHEC.com. Just click on this story. New at 6, celebrating the success of women in America and pushing for more women to get out and vote. Today, female representatives kicked off their tour for women in Seneca Falls, where the first ever women's rights convention was held. The tour, called When Women Succeed, America Succeeds, highlights the challenges women face, like equal pay for equal work, raising the minimum wage, and affordable child care.
The work to get women to vote took decades in a country which really prided itself on equality, but we just didn't count in the equation, as did numbers of other American citizens. And until all of us are registered to vote, have the ability to go and express ourselves to the government that represents us, we are not yet the democracy that we need to be.
It's all easier if women vote. If women vote, women succeed, and then America succeeds. And that's what this is to say to women, you can make the difference in your lives by voting.
For more information on the tour, just head to our website, WHEC.com. Josh is back with a preview of our forecast. Hi, Josh.
Hey, Jen. Yeah, if you love today's summertime heat, well, we've got more summer for you tomorrow, even hotter temperatures in the forecast. We'll take a look at your 7-day, too. It's all coming up after the break.